Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my Shinryu video for Machina's Intersecting wheel, to where I walk with my determination. Right, anyway, these bosses, they are honestly quite tanky, considering the fact that how much, what's that called? Damage boost, or the damage HP cap. You know, it increased, I think that at one point of time I increased mine to about 600 or 700. And at the end of the first gauge, they were still alive. This is not my first run actually. I had to do this quite a few times. My first run, Machina, I think went all the way to like 600 plus, but they had to take turns. Like, what I meant was that I went in at 10 or 9 turns, so it wasn't fully charged in a sense. And after that, the bosses took turns and did a HP damage on Kane, and I made the mistake of sending my Kane flying into the air again. So yeah, I couldn't heal the damage, and it was more than 3000 because the HP damage limit is, you know, the perfect this stage at least is very low. It's 3000 only. So I had to restart because if I'm not wrong, the bosses will actually die before Kane lands. Like, even if I didn't want to do the damage, there's a very good chance because of the counter attacks, and because there was like 3 turns more of the force gauge. So yeah, I couldn't heal the damage. So my second run, the mistake I made was Machina was doing too much damage. So same logic. Someone took damage, and or it might even be the same run. So someone took too much damage. I couldn't heal it up. I think it was maybe selfie, I can't remember. Technically I could, but the problem was that I went to burst, and Machina was doing so much damage. I think the HP damage was, I think it was like 400 or 500 when I went in, and when and the bosses were about 50% health left. Like, it wasn't a lot left because of all the counter damage and stuff, right? So yeah, I couldn't heal the damage as well, and I noticed I was doing too much damage. The second turn of Machina's burst, they were already both in the red, so I had to restart it again. And so this is the final run that I managed to do well, relatively well. There are always rooms to improve, right? One thing I will improve is that with selfie, I will not rupture the second time. I believe I've already done the first one, and she's gonna take her turn, and I just ruptured. I would not have done that. I would still have applied blink, but I would not have ruptured. I would not have delayed the bosses. Honestly, it honestly doesn't really matter whether I delayed the bosses or not, but it's just that a little bit, you know, the little bit of damage, right? In fact, I believe I delayed them quite a lot. But yeah, I would have tried and use the FR gauge with Machina if possible earlier, and you know, I didn't have to set up so nicely to the point where Machina's burst is already active and I'm trying to get 3 stacks of it. But you know, in fact, I should have prioritized the FR, because in fact, if I had prioritized the FR and let the bosses take turns, if I'm not wrong, it will also increase the burst stacks. I could be wrong, but that is not a priority. The counter attacks and stuff like that, it is more important, I would say. And in fact, even launches actually increases the burst, burst stacks. I just noticed it right now. Yeah, so I think it would be the right move to actually prioritize the FR and let the bosses take more turns and apply blink earlier, so that I can survive, basically. Because if you notice, the only healing is in the form of selfie, and she doesn't really take many turns. So I apply blink, and you have to be very careful because it is not the LD duration that is the dodge. It's actually your party members will actually get a buff. You can see it's actually the gold buff right there. So yeah, you gotta be careful with that, because it can disappear. It will disappear actually, because these bosses, later on you'll see, you look at it, they actually take lots and lots of turns in a row. This is quite tame actually. One of the previous runs I did, they were gonna take like 3 turns in a row. So blink only lasts for 3 attacks, so you gotta be careful when you use it. I also brought Raijin, just in case you know, like a backup in case Blink wears out or something like that. So I still have Blink in the as a plan B. He also heals, so you know Machina now can heal as well. So it's not the end of the world. Also, when you're flying, you notice that I'm actually pushing myself back. Same logic as the snails, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, any instant turn rate, any honestly, just the instant turn. The quick one, even though you move up, you move back down like two squares, two blocks, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, the turn rate, the instant turn rate one will also put you back. So right here, I was actually considering what should I do. Should I bring it down to 7, or should I leave it at 8 and go into the burst? Honestly, I think I should have brought it left it at 8. I should not have done this, because if you see towards the end of the burst sequence, they were actually dying, and if I had the summon for to you know basically just do the additional bit of damage while the FR gauge is up, I might have been able to kill them, because there was some more off-turn damage. If you notice the turn order, the bosses are actually going to take turns after the burst, so that could have actually increase the HP damage cap, and also increase the damage of the summon. So there's a good chance I killed it there and then. But well, I honestly just, you know, I really thought that Machina was able to kill them at 80 something percent. I was wrong obviously, but yeah, you know, well, we learn, right? So lots of damage from Machina right here, and there was something weird going on about the you know, charging the force gauge when I was in a summon. I believe it had a super huge jump somewhere along the 60 to 70%. It suddenly jumped to like 90% if I'm not wrong. I expected it to take longer to charge. I thought it would take the entire summon duration, but actually it wasn't. It was actually pretty fast. I'm not sure why, to be honest. But yeah, honestly, that's it for the fight. After this burst sequence, I go into the summon. I charge the gauge. The gauge was charged before the summon ended. Use the FR gauge, Machina's one again, and that was it. You know, honestly, this could have been done with one force gauge, and honestly, I think it could have been done with just Machina. You know, just by himself. But yeah, I'm not sure how you would heal up the damage. Maybe from Alexander summon, or maybe as a call. I'm not sure. I don't plan to do it. You know, just Machina himself. Boy, will make my life more difficult, right? But yeah, if you can get the what do you call it, the HP damage in check, then honestly Machina by himself is actually a better comp, because he is the one that, first of all, he can delay himself so he can let the bosses take turns, and secondly, he is the one that also increases the gauge the most by 85%, as you just saw. So yeah, you know, him running by himself is a very good option for just force gauge, just increasing the force gauge in general. Well, his particular force move, you know what I mean. So yeah, guys, I'm just gonna end the commentary right here. There's nothing really much to add. These bosses love to spam HP attacks, and their HP attacks is a single target one. I have not seen the AoE move. At least I don't remember seeing one. The single target HP attack will always bring them out of break, so you will almost always take damage unless there's some form of mitigation. If you're not running Selfie, then I would suggest you run something like a counter team comp. Celeste would be really good, you know, she counters and heals everyone, right? So, who else? Layla? I'm not sure whether you will you know, count towards the turn manipulation for the force gauge move, you know, the HP damage increase, but yeah, if it does, then that will be amazing. And it also bring Machina forward. So yeah, you know, additional turns for Machina is always a good thing, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna end the commentary right here. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
手を貸す。覚悟をしろ。終わりだ。
次は私。
任せておけ。
いくよ飛んでけ。
任せておけ。一気に決める。飛翔する。明動せよ。任せておけ。明動